Hello everyone, this is White Wolf, and we are going live, and I wanted to talk about the eternal bliss of the lion's heart. Allow yourself to be a warrior of the light, allow yourself to be chosen, allow yourself to see that everything that we're experiencing is helping us grow and initiate into greater states of being, but also greater fluctuations within our energies, different roles of leadership, and initiating our own stargates so that we're initiating our own portals, gateways, and alignments so that we're able to follow a symmetry of really projecting exactly what we want into this awareness. But seeing that the continuity and the context and the paradigm always seems to change and always reverberates, and as we keep quantum leaping, we seem to always create a ripple effect within this creation that allows us to see the distinction of who we really are and what we want to be. And it's not about who we are at this moment, but it's who we are in the present moment. It's not who we are 2 minutes ago, but it's the eternal present. It's forever, it's infinity, it's divinity within ourselves. And the purification to stand among the rest and shine when it seems very difficult in this confused world, in this world full of chaos and anger and hatred. But we allow ourselves to project peace, love, forgiveness, purification in order to ignite a change within the existence, so that we're able to project that energy and change the fluctuations and change the patterns and change the timelines and the experiences that we are garnering, that we're attaching ourselves to, that we're initiating, that we're intending upon, and then those intentions turn into multiplicity manifestations because they allow us to see that we're living inside of each manifestation of the illusion. Of every type of experience that you've ever experienced, you have always experienced it, and you are always already free to do whatever you want. It's the freedom to choose to be willing to have fun and to have joy and to live and to laugh and to love and to do the things that you really want to do. It's the power that you choose to emanate in your authority, in your truth, in your resonance, in your divinity. It's a choice to live a good day and to have a good life and to use your gifting as a way of service, as a way of activation, and transmuting the negative energies and allowing ourselves to have an energetic transference that allows us to connect to the universe and allows us to be a beacon to other hearts and minds and allows us to have this unifying light of divinity between one another so that we can see ourselves in a much different vein, in a much different reflection, in a much different state of being, and we allow ourselves to experiment with enlightenment because we choose to be on the ongoing discovery of self-remembrance. And we allow ourselves to blend the energies of being human and also being a god. We allow ourselves to be a mind-body-spirit complex. We allow ourselves to be the oracle of love, light, and wisdom. And we allow ourselves to be a divine channel, a divine source, and a divine extension of what we want to reinforce, of what we want to administer to. So the administration and the initiations that we go through, no matter what they are not banana peels, but they are stepping stones. Allow yourself to live in the eternal bliss of the lion's heart, of that lion's gate, of initiating your own stargates so that you're emanating the wisdom of your guides, your higher self, and God's source energy to the physical body, to not limit the physical mind. So you allow yourself in this moment to see the distinction of who you are, to see yourself clearly purified, alive and aware and abundant, because you see yourself as a realm, as a universe, as an illusion, and you can see that you can manipulate the energy around you and prophetically make it into the most unique divine sense of being. You allow yourself to prophetically and directly feel enlightenment of who you are in this moment. So you can see that every time that you choose to change, you choose to transform, you choose to transmute, you choose to change the narrative, change the direction of your life, and you see that you are forever changed. You've initiated that state of grace, that state of continuity, and you've found a consecration within your faith. You saw that it was very distinct, it was very aware, there was discernment, and you were led by transcendent reason, and you weren't led by your fears, your expectations, your limitations, your biased views, or the bias against yourself, or the bias against someone who abused you. But you allowed the power to emanate outside of you. And you allow the understanding of what you want to become. And you see that by making this choice to stand among the rest, to stand in front of the world, to allow yourself to see yourself in your light, in your divinity, in your grace, in your wonderment, and allowing yourself to be signs, miracles, confirmations, and wonders. So we have a lot of these spiritual concepts. It could be a law of attraction, it could be meditation, it could be healing. They're all leading towards the same thing. It's a truth that supersedes everything. It transcends all understandings. It transcends all teachings. It transcends everything that you are here and now, and allows you to see the power that you want to become. So we have to quit lying to ourselves. We have to take accountability for ourselves, and we have to take responsibility for ourselves. And we have to allow our boundaries to not be infiltrated by distortion. And we allow ourselves to see that if we continuously stay on the progression of flow, of energy, of prophetic nature, of manifestation, of everything that we want to become in this moment, then nothing can stop you, because you're living within the realm of infinite possibilities. And you see that there's no way that you can fail, that you can trip up, that you can slip up. But you have to have a wholehearted faith, and you can't be led by your sight. You have to be completely led by your faith. That is the lion's heart. That is what initiates the lion's gate. And that allows you to be a living, breathing vortex of creation. This allows you to be your own stargate, your own realm, your own guide. This allows you to be a spiritual guide. It allows you to be a leader. It allows you to be strong and compassionate and balanced, not only within your masculine energies, but in your feminine energies. But it allows you to step fully into the most empowered state that you want to become. And your motivations are pure. Your desires are pure, because they're not wrong. They're not having to be justified by something. You don't have to justify your desires or your wants or your needs, because they're all validated. Validate yourself, appoint yourself, and allow yourself to be forever changed in this moment. To see that change is not something that we just do, that we just try for a moment, that we just feel for a moment, but it's something that we are, and it's something that we have to do, and it's something that we have to change within oneself, so that we find a distinction of what we want to become. And seeing the power for what it is, and seeing the truth for what it is, and knowing that it's allowing us to have a deep sense of purification, initiation, form, direction, and sees that we don't have to feel as if we have to take a deep breath, but we are the deep breath, and we are the inhale and the exhalation, meaning you are the relaxation. Relax into yourself. Allow yourself to take a breather for a moment. Allow yourself for this moment to feel nothing. To feel nothing, and see how purified it can really be in that moment. When you just feel nothing, and it's just you, and it's just God, and it's just bliss, it's eternal, it's infinite, and you can't even put it into words because it's mysterious, but you know that it's found you. You know that this is your life. You know that your life will never be the same, and you know that you attract everything that you want, and everything that you need, everything that you desire, everything that you crave, everything that you want. That's the power to know that you don't have to know in order to generate, manifest, heal within yourself. It doesn't mean that you have to know what's going on right now. It doesn't mean you have to focus on the world collapsing. It doesn't mean that you have to focus on your bank account. It doesn't mean that you have to focus here and now, but the perception is there automatically. And you automatically prioritize your choices. You automatically choose to go the more edgier, the more rebellious route, the more fiery route, the more consistent route. And you just say, fuck it. I want to make the most of this human experience. I choose to make the most of this human experience because I want to become God. I want to become Source. I want to become Christ consciousness. I want to become enlightenment. No matter how many concepts or names that we put on it, Yahshua, whatever it is, it's still God. It's still reality. And it's calling you. It's calling you to your calling and putting your feet to the carpet and letting you know that you're supposed to be alive and be here and now and want to realize more, want to be that power, want to be that understanding, and to stop playing games and stop playing it small and really feel God's presence. Feel God in this moment. Feel Source in this moment. And never be the same. Be forever changed. And then that's already there. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to try to go through this revolving door, shadow work, all these other things that we put as constructs, as labels, as things that we put in front of ourselves to give ourselves an excuse of not really leveling up and going the extra mile and being consistent with really who we want to become in that moment. It's just looking at you and God. That's it. Whatever you look at in the mirror, you're seeing through the eyes of Source. Whatever you want to be, whatever you want to become, in that moment, just be it. It's crystal clear. There's a purity there. It's a consistency. It allows you to know the power to not know, the power to not control, the power to not force, and the power to not manipulate. Now, when I say manipulate, this is all a manipulation. This is all delusion. This is all an illusion. But manipulate the energy around you. If you don't like this appearance, say, fuck that appearance. I want this reflection. I want this downloaded within my template. And feel as if I have the projector screen and I am the painter and I am the artist, I am the actor, I am the athlete. And I can use the finesse to my ability, and that I have symmetry, and that there is nothing distorted in the way that I want to create at this moment in time. It is the architect of you being creation. It's living by your own design. It's living by that consistent nature of God. And then nothing else is there. Nothing else, not a person, not places, not your dad that smacked you when you were 6 years old. Because that doesn't matter, because that doesn't take root with what is happening here and now. You are what you want to become. You are what you project. You are what you're speaking. You are what you are channeling. So just project that into creation and you will be set free. My friends, you will be set free and you won't have to feel like you have to put false expectations. You don't have to feel like you have to force everything and be emotional about everything and react towards everything, but being proactive in that moment and choosing to have the fire and the passion and the Shekinah glory of Source to take root within your heart, to be one with the Spirit, to walk with the Spirit, to emulate the Spirit, to eat the riches of the Spirit, and to be supernaturally organic. It allows you not to really panic about anything anymore, because you realize that everything in your life is divine. And if it's divine, why would you worry? Why would you negate the divine? Why would you disregard what the divine is trying to do within your life? And just see in that moment how beautiful that can become. And you don't have to justify it. You don't have to argue against yourself. You don't have to fight yourself. You don't have to fight others. You don't have to hold a sign and let everybody know that I fight for this. No. Put down the sign that says that you're enlightened and just pick up the sword and the shield of the Spirit and just become that. Don't hold a sign and say, I'm this, I'm that, I meditate sometimes. Burn that sign and pick up the sword and the shield and wield it and hold it like you fucking mean it. That's all you have to do, is just hold it like you fucking mean it. And nobody will stand in your way. Not one person. Nothing will stand in your way. There will be no negativity. Nothing. Just a pure state of nothingness, of emptiness, of purification. You and Source. That's it. That's all it is. And that will release you and deliver you into true grace, my friends. And I had no clue that I was going to give a message quite like this. But today of all days, as we're coming into the new year, you will have moments of true respite, meaning that you may go through challenges, you may go through difficulties, you may go through trials and tribulations and integration. And yes, you need healing. Yes, you need to transcend your belief systems. Yes, you need to learn how to use your money. Yes, you need to probably change the way that you act and perceive and concentrate. But you can have moments where you can take the edge off just for a moment and cut the tension with a knife and put all away all of the ties and the allegiances and the forms and the attachment to the forms of deconstruction, and allow yourself to reconstruct it. Deconstruction is always breaking down. You always have to break it down in some way, shape, or form. And you have to build it right back up and start from ground zero. But now, you don't have to go back as far as you went back. You don't have to go all the way back to the beginning. It's not like The Matrix with, Keanu Reeves in the movie, right? That's why I didn't like the fourth one, because he had to do it all over again. And why the fuck would you want to do that, right? Why would you want to redo it all over again and return everything? And just do it all over again and make the same choices and be with the same people? But instead, you sever the tie of that. You sever the allegiance of that. Don't deconstruct, reconstruct, reconfigure. Don't say it is what it is, what it could be more. And just feel into that state of reality, that state of punctuation. And it's finding your pockets. It's kind of like you're the quarterback. Or you can look at it as like playing golf against yourself, because you're not running anybody else's race, right? But everybody is kind of depending on you. There is a dependency on your service, on your love of your light, and the people that do wait for us to be ready. So leadership and love and divinity is not hard to come by. It's very easy. So let's work smart instead of hard. Think about that. It's a very simple thing. If it's not in flow, it's a big fat no-no. I know it's corny. I know it's ridiculous. It doesn't matter. When you feel something in your heart, when you feel something in your spirit, when you feel something in who you are directly, direct enlightenment, you will always know which course of action to take. And it's kind of like this person made this comment, not in flow, let it go. That's another way you can say it. If it's not in flow, it's a big no-no. But it's simple, because once there is resistance, once there is negativity, once there's a slither of doubt, once there is something that is not coming from God's source energy and the great I am, that lets you know within that guidance mechanism that that is not the way to go about life. That's why it's painful. That's why it feels painful. That's why it feels negative. That's why it feels daunting. That's why it feels that way. Because it's letting you know that that's not how Source wants to operate. That is not what Source wants from you. That's not the way that Source wants you to live. So you either choose life or you either choose death. You either choose heaven or hell here and now. So that is the distinction of what we're coming into. And for some reason they wanted me to title this video, and you can watch it on YouTube, White Wolf the Oracle, again if you need to. This means that you are like a lion and you don't let anybody else in the pack run up on you. Does that make sense? So it means like, it doesn't mean that you get into ego and think that everybody's smaller, but you actually see everybody as equals. But you don't negate the leadership and the strength and the power and who you are as source, and you don't allow anyone to persuade you or let you know that you are not your own resonance divinity. You don't let it slam you into another state, because you let everyone know that I make my presence known, and I'm here to make a very big impact in the collective. I'm here to guide the chosen. I'm here to open up the portals and gateways and allow everybody to tap into the internal heart of that lion's bliss. Warriors, chosen, prophets, psychics, whatever it may be, whoever it may be, all of you are chosen and directed into this direct source of enlightenment, of you recalibrating back into source, opening back up into source, opening back to source, and love within yourself. And knowing that nothing can change it, nothing can distort it, nothing can discombobulate it. It is the incomprehensible omnipresence, and staying present with that will allow you in each moment to discover more and more and more about yourself every single day. And you just apply it in a way that is very clear and crystal clear, and it lets you know that I can do this. If I can do this, you can do this too. And there was times in my journey where I felt like I could not do it. I felt like it was out of my wheelhouse. I don't want to do this anymore. And every time I was full of shit when I said that I'm not ready, that I can't do this. Bullshit. Every time I said that to myself, I was lying to myself. But you have to experience that in order to experience yourself now. Experience who you want to be. Experience who you are and what you want to channel within this awareness, and become it very distinctly. And just let yourself know that I am set free. I am released from stale realities, from not being prosperous, from not attracting what I want, by not even just meditating. Some of you just want to meditate better, and that's perfectly fine too. It doesn't mean that you have to necessarily be someone who does my kind of service. Sometimes you have children, sometimes you have a life, sometimes you have 9 to 5, and that's perfectly fine. But you can be very demonstrative and honorable and loving still doing that. So it takes all of us. It takes every single one of us to know how to do this, and how to guide one another, and how to love one another, and what we are supposed to give back to the planet. What are we supposed to give back to this planet? And as we give, we receive, and as we receive, we give, my friends. And it will ultimately get better and better and better as the ongoing progression of source energy allows you to get better and better. But it's consistency. It's a state of wonderment. It's a state of questioning yourself, questioning why you're doing this, why you want this, why do you desire these things, why do you attract these things or these reflections or these lessons. But now you don't see it as problematic. You don't see it as the world's against me. You don't see it as something that is working outside of your benefit and against your benefit, but it's ultimately for your highest benefit and your highest alignment to become who you're supposed to be in this moment. So it just shows you that in this moment, that nobody knows yourself better than you know who you want to become. So know yourselves, know what you want, know what you desire, know what you crave, and know that anything that you send out, it will always be reciprocated to you. I've told my clients several times this one technique. It is the boomerang method. So just because you spent a lot of money, just because you bought a lot of clothes, just because you took steps in faith, and just because you took a chance on yourself doesn't mean that the boomerang is not going to come back to your hand. It just needs to take its time to reverberate, to make some ripple effects, to purify itself and integrate, and it'll come back to you. And then you'll be like, oh, but it wasn't in my hand for a moment, and then now it's back. It will come back around. Life is in a circle. Life is not a straight line. Life is a circle. If there's been any injustices or any type of traumas or poverty consciousness or whatever it may be, it will transcend itself in due time, in divine timing. So we just have to think about it in that way. So we're going to do some healing energy. I've been really going back to my healing energy because I feel like it's been really helping people and allowing people to not only heal within themselves, but also access different psychic abilities and an understanding of oneself. So I wanted to do this energetic healing and really focus on activating the Stargate and the Lion's Gate. For some reason they were wanting me to focus on that, and I don't necessarily focus on that, but that's one of the things they wanted me to do. My guides were really harping on me. And also book private sessions if you need to. I will be going live around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern doing readings, so I hope to see you guys there. Book private sessions as well. It's 1 hour for $70, an hour and 30 minutes for $140, and 2 hours for $200. So we're going to do some healing energy to really connect to our stargates in the hidden realms, our higher selves and our guides, but also opening up different dimensions and portals and gateways. Allow yourselves here and now to open up the Lion's Gate and to allow yourself to step into your Stargate after you walked into the Lion's Gate, and then feel into the power of presence. Feel fully connected to what Source wants to bring out of you, and allow yourselves to create different dimensions, realms, realities, illusions, and feel as if you're being lifted in the highest service and the highest love and the highest light of the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom here and now, and feel into your heart's presence. Feel into the presence of God. Feel into the presence of Christ consciousness. And allow yourselves in this moment with this energetic healing to relax, to breathe, to receive the new frequencies of this new year. And seeing life as a circle. It will come back around. It will reverberate. There will be a ripple effect. There will be an initiation of parallel timelines, realities, and experiences. And Jesus is giving us a full mind, body, spirit activation. Archangel Metatron and downloading his cube within our causal. And we're going to have 1 billion light codes be sent out to all of you here and now. Reprogramming your thoughts, your DNA, activating your telepathy, and also activating your healing ability and the ability to move energy. Live inside of your manifestations. Live completely to become God, to be one with God, and to understand Source's wisdom in any way that you can. So we have the Black Dragon from Saturn and the Alpha Dragon helping us balance the light and the dark energies. And now we have the Apostle Paul coming in with emotional healing as well. helping us with our trauma, helping us with our past experiences, and also helping us integrate the energies of last year, but now we're coming into this year and expanding our awareness even wider, even more vast. And now we're being more connected to the unicorns, and they're helping us breach a density of consciousness here and now. They're helping us with our inner child and imagination. There are a million angels helping me with this healing. And now with this healing, we're also initiating new prophecies. And seeing them play out. And seeing prophetic visions as well, imagery. And what's amazing is that a lot of you are getting necklaces, and a lot of you are getting spiritual armor, and also stone tablets with hieroglyphics on it. And there's something beautiful about release, letting go, not spelling over your life, but speaking blessings over your life. And really having this sense of vitality come over you, having this Holy Spirited flow of God's source energy and the great I Am just come over you. And it's a full balance of the higher self, the mind, body, and spirit connecting fully to the twin heart, and having the doors of heaven laid at our feet. Living our lives as if we're taking a walk in the clouds. Becoming really interdimensional. Creating new dimensional ley lines and connecting to all of our past lifetimes that were of a good nature. And using the wisdom of the Akashic record. And in this moment, let's just take a moment to take and hold space for the collective, for the entire collective here and now, for everyone on this planet. To send love, light, and divinity to everyone, to give back to the earth, to give our time, to give our love, and to give ourselves fully to God's source energy. Archangels of love and light, who's willing to cleanse us of our auric field, tapping into God's source energy and the great I Am, diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth, allow yourselves to become universal receptors and tap into this universal love that has been given to you. And to strive to be something greater than your family members could not be, than the past generations of you, or even the past lifetimes of you. Make sure that this is the sacred time of enlightenment. Here, now. And break off the chains of the past. Break off the chains of poverty. Don't allow yourself to ever think a thought that is not in vibrational alignment. To ever speak something that is shooting yourself in the foot. But only the space that remains is a nothing, is an emptiness. It is a motionless stillness of split energy. It is one for all, and we are one with God. And we're going to tap into the 500 millionth dimension here and now. Where the only logic is perfection, the effortless perfection of the higher self. To move time, to move objects with our minds, to be completely induced by our psychic abilities, a psychic atomic energy, an autonomous knowledge that allows us to know ourselves here and now. Prophets, psychics, chosen ones, unite in this union. Forever and now on. You are set free to do as you please. You are set free to do what you want. And you are set free to live as the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom wants to live, emulate, and purify. And in this moment, we are going to activate everything inside of ourselves. When you have given your life to the prophecy, to the calling, to God, then you are Christ consciousness forevermore. And now become a genuine source of energy, lead by transcendent reason, and feel as if you can deliver the Shekinah glory simultaneously all the time, now and forever, in the eternal bliss of the lion's heart. Take a deep breath. Exhale. When I snap my fingers, you'll come back to. You'll have a greater sense of clarity. You'll know who you are. And you'll become the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom here and now. Thank you guys for tuning into this live. It was very powerful, and it was very beneficial for the planet. So thank you guys. God bless. Namaste. And I'll see you at 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern doing readings. And also, book private sessions whenever you can, if you need to. 1 hour for $70, and an hour and 30 minutes for $140, 2 hours for $200. And just remember that if you choose to live eternally, to live the bliss that you want, to live life by your word, by your honor, by your design, by everything that you want to generate and create within your life, then you have received grace, you have been delivered, and you have received the ultimate gift that anybody else can receive within this existence. So thank you. God bless. And namaste. You guys are amazing. White Wolf.